Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we are diving into a topic that's powering the future, cloud computing. Ever wondered why giants like Amazon AWS, Google Cloud, and Microsoft Azure dominate the tech world? And why companies everywhere are rushing to adopt cloud technology? Stick around, because I'm going to break it down in the simplest way possible. Now, let's see the official definition of cloud computing. Cloud computing is the delivery of computing services over the internet, allowing users to access computing resources on demand without directly managing them. This sounds very complicated, right? Let's understand this definition with a simple example. Let's assume you are a small startup company and you would like to host your web application somewhere, but you are currently on a tight cash constraint that you don't have enough money to buy servers or maintain them for your web application. So instead of buying your own machines, over the internet, you're going to upload your web application to a computer that is present somewhere in a data center, in a remote place possibly. This data center in a remote place is called the cloud. And the companies which operate these data centers are called the cloud providers. Example, Google Cloud, Microsoft Azure and AWS. These companies are cloud providers. So now we are doing all our compute operation on the cloud rather than on our premise setup. That is why it is called cloud computing. It's as simple as that. Now again, why do we do this? Why there is a huge adoption of cloud computing? What is the difference between cloud computing and an on-premise setup? What are the advantages of cloud computing? There are so many questions we are yet to answer. Let's see that now. Alright, let's start with Amazon.com and travel back in time, way before cloud computing. Amazon.com is not the e-commerce giant that we know today, but a relatively smaller player in the online world. Now, what was Amazon.com back then? It's just a simple website. More specifically, a web application running on some computers somewhere out there, and people connect to this via the internet. So picture this. In 2005, let's assume that Amazon website is being accessed by only 40 users per day. To handle this, they have just 2 computers in their garage, each capable of serving 20 users. These machines are housed in a server room, and let's say Amazon spent about $200 upfront on them, plus another $100 to get a skilled IT expert to set everything up. So that's a total of $300 just to keep their site online. But here's the catch. Fast forward 2 years to 2007 and Amazon.com is growing. Now let's assume that they have 240 users a day, an addition of 200 people using their site. To keep up, Amazon buys 10 more machines, which would cost them additional money like before. And don't forget, the old machines are already outdated. They need upgrade, maintenance and constant attention as well. This means more money, more time and more skilled personnel. So here's the problem with this on-premise setup. It's quite expensive and it's high maintenance. Now let's fast forward a little bit more into the future. Let's assume Amazon.com is really popular now and it's planning a big sale like Diwali or Black Friday. They expect a network traffic of at least 1 million users during this time frame. But do you really think it makes sense for them to buy a bunch of new computers just for this temporary spike in network traffic? Sure, they could afford it, but it's not the smartest use of resources. Once the sale is over, those extra machines would just sit there unused. So the on-premise setup simply isn't scalable. Let me break down what scalability really means. Let's assume we are on the day of Diwali and Amazon sale has started. At 10 AM, 10,000 users log into Amazon. This could be handled by 250 hosts. By 10:15, this traffic increases to 20,000 users. This could be only handled if 500 hosts are there. By 10:20, this traffic drops to 5,000 users. This only needs 125 hosts. So the demand for the number of hosts is not constant because it is dependent on the network traffic. Also, once the sale is over, the traffic drops back again to a normal of 500 users per day. Our server setup simply needs to expand and shrink with demand. But with an on-premise server room, I wouldn't say it's impossible to handle the scalability issue. We could handle it, but it involves a huge amount of money. Since it involves so much amount of money, let's say that the on-premise setup simply isn't efficient enough. So what have we established till now? For a growing company like Amazon, an on-premise setup is not scalable, expensive to set up, it is high maintenance, it is dependent on skilled IT staff, and to top it off, it is not reliable. If your hard disk crashes, or if there is a natural disaster like earthquake, you could lose everything. So to save us, here comes our superhero, cloud computing. And the champions of this new age are the cloud providers. Their mission? To provide infrastructure as a service, taking care of all those headaches for you. Now, let's circle back to the Diwali sale. Instead of buying new machines, Amazon could just tell AWS, we are expecting a huge spike in users during these dates. Could you handle it? And AWS would take care of everything. During the sale, AWS would automatically scale up or scale down the number of hosts based on the user traffic. No need for Amazon to lift even a finger. Plus, AWS handles all the software patches and hardware upgrades. No more maintenance cost. No need for an in-house IT team to manage those servers. And no upfront setup cost. Amazon just pay for what they use to AWS. But what about data loss or disasters? AWS has got that covered too, with backups across multiple locations. These are the core reasons why cloud computing is taking over the world. This list of benefits goes on and on, but this is the heart of it all. I hope I have made this concept clear and simple for you. If you found this video helpful, let me know in the comments and don't forget to subscribe for more. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next video.